guys, Levi here, and welcome back to another video of setting up your OSSC with your retro consoles. Today we're going to focus on the Sega Dreamcast. Since we're on the 480 console or 480p console craze, and I did my Nintendo Wii in the last video, I figured we keep it up and do another 480p console. So keep in mind that these guides are mainly for people that already know how to navigate their OSSC and how to hook up their consoles to it. I will put guides down below anyways for people that may have stumbled across and don't know how to do their OSSC, but I'll put as much as I can below in the description. So yeah, just for you being able to setting up your OSSC, you need a Sega Dreamcast. There's a variety of different ways of outputting the Sega Dreamcast, but for me, I'm using a VGA cable that I got from RetroBit. I'll link below, description, a cable for that. You need a Dreamcast, you need that, you need an OSSC, and then obviously an HDMI and some way of capturing that. Now, I explained my setup with my Nintendo Wii in the last video, but essentially, Dreamcast to VGA to OSSC, and then the OSSC goes out to a HDMI to HDMI splitter. One end of the splitter goes HDMI into my internal capture card, so you guys can see me doing this right now, and then the other end goes to a HDMI to VGA adapter that goes to an old PC CRT, so that way I can get the whole, the retro experience. But yeah. What I'm going to do is I'm going to basically go through all of my OSSC settings. I didn't make these settings on my own. These are actually FireBrandX's settings that I have implemented, but I figured it'd be a lot easier for you guys to actually see than maybe if you don't, for some reason you don't know how to import the profiles yourselves and you want like a walkthrough on how to do it. So yeah, and then I'll do a little bit of a gameplay at the end just to show you guys how we do it. So I know you see the gray screen right now. This is what you normally see when you boot up your Wii. Or your OSSC, and then you want to make sure that you have it set in on RGB HV, which is the blue one, number 3. When I do that, it should signal. Yep, there it is. Oh, hold on a second. Oh yeah, I forgot. It's got a dimmer. All right, so let me make sure I'm actually on. Okay, I am on the Dreamcast profile. I also have scan lines enabled on this. I'll show you what it looks with and without, and I'll show you the best settings for that. So yeah, like I said, this video is in guide for someone who knows how to set up their OSSC and set up a Dreamcast, but maybe you want to have some optimal profile settings. So the OSSC takes VGA along with a variety of other settings, but the Dreamcast outputs in 480p, similar to the Wii. So yeah, let's just go through some of the settings and just go through the whole thing. So video and proc, just keep that on auto. On Rex, keep that on 601 because it's an SD console, so you can keep on that. Also, rest of these should be pretty standard. Don't have to change any of that. I don't think I have. Sampling options. So 480p and sampler, I have it set to DTV 480p. You can obviously change it to something different. You can change it to me like if I change it to VESA 640 by 480. Apparently I lose the signal for a second. So you can see that it put a little bit more letterboxing on the side. So if you've got like a 640 by 480 monitor like I do, you can change it to that. But if you've just got it on just a standard TV, I mean, like I said, it's all going to be depending on what you're using to output it on. So that being said, you need to just play around with this option. But for now, we'll keep it on auto, which auto will put it on DTV. 400p, don't worry about that. Keep that up and then allow up sampling. You can do that. It has the same sort of thing as the Wii has. It just makes things a little sharper if you want it to be. But if you like that a little bit of a soft touch, you can always turn that down. Now the advanced timing is going to be for 480p. I will also link below the optimal timings profile page to show you what you need to adjust. All right, so the H sample rate for this is going to be 858. The H sample rate frac will be 0.00. The H sync length will be 62. Your H back port should be 111. Your H active should be 640 since it's 640 by 480. Your V sync length should be 6. Your V back port should be 34. Your V active should be 480. And then my sampling phase is 45, but like I said, you have to play around with this because not everybody's monitors are exactly the same, but this is calibrated to what I'm using for that. All right. Sync options. Low pass filter off. All the rest of this, the low pass filter 4.8, all this stuff you really don't have to adjust. Most of these things you don't have to adjust, but when I do get to a console, say as the SNES or the Sega Genesis that requires that to be adjusted, that doesn't come stock with how normally the settings are when you have it, I will let you guys know. Alrighty, so we're done with that. Output options, so this is the important one. So, like I said in the last video, the 480p can only be line doubled. Everything else can be line all the way up to line 5x, but unfortunately 480p cannot. So what it is doing is it's taking the 480p signal and line doubling it to a 1280 by 960 resolution. So if you want to use pass-through, you can. Like you can see how it says the words pass-through on this one. If I change this to, here, we'll see what, here I'll show you what it's like. If I go to pass-through, see how the quality doesn't look nearly as good? It's kind of grainy, even looking on the actual, this, on the config, it looks like it doesn't look too good. So if I go back to line 2x, now it looks a little bit better. So yeah, just keep this on line 2x. Everything else for line 4x, keep it on generic 4.3, especially for this, because all these other modes are just for like for all the other options. But for this, generic 4x3. All the rest of this just keep the same. HDMI for TX mode, and that's that. Scanline options, like I said, I'm going to show you what the scanlines look off. This is what it looks like off. Now, if you don't really dig the scanline look, you can keep it off. I like the scanline look. Just to show you guys how to get this custom one that kind of simulates like a Sony like PVM, like a Trinitron. I'll turn it on here. So you want to keep your scanline strength at 18. You want your method to be subtraction. And then for you want to change this to custom. Go to custom, and you want to go 18, 0, 0, 18%, 50%. And then turn this to on, because on off it looks a little weird, or off it looks a little weird. You can see the lines. I mean, like I said, you can play around with it however you want. I just like it this way. This looks nice. But like I said, scan lines on, scan lines off. It's going to be a little bit dimmer because of the lines, but you know, play around, whatever you want it to be. So I'll keep the scan lines off for now, just for sake of the video. And I'll turn them back on when I'm playing the game, just so you can get kind of a back and forth on what it should be. So let's go back. Post-production, nothing. Don't really need to adjust any of this. Compatibility, same thing as I said in the last video. These are a per situation sort of test thing. All of these should be off, depending on, unless you're using something different as well. Audio setting options, nothing gets messed with that. And then for settings options, if you are following my guide and you want to save this on a profile, just make sure that whatever profile you have, make sure you hit save profile when you're done. I have the Dreamcast profile already loaded in. Of course, when I hit load, it turned the scan lines back on. But, oh, wrong one. Turn the scan lines off for now. So yeah, those are all of the settings. What I'm going to go ahead and do now is I'm going to go put in a game. I'm going to go and put in Shenmue. So I will be right back. The video is going to cut right to when I'm putting it in, because I got to walk over, grab the game, and put it in the console. So I'll be right back in a couple of seconds, guys. Alrighty, I'm back. The game might be kind of loud. We'll have to see. Nope, seems just fine to me. So yeah, I loaded in Shenmue, which is a great game, by the way, if you've never played it. Oh, hold on a second. For some reason, I don't know what it is, but whenever I switch out outputs for this on my OSSC and on OBS and everything, I get like an audio desync, and I have to change the audio settings back and forth. So give me 1 second. I'm so sorry, guys. This is just like is just a problem for me. So now it's fine. So we'll go ahead and load up a game. I haven't played this game in, oh god, since, oh yeah, disc 2. You know what? Never mind. Let's just start from the new, and I'll just let this play out for a little bit. And I'll mess around with the scan lines as this is playing on so you guys can see. So I'll intermittently turn them off and on.
さん、稲さん。
Ryo-san, I'm all right, but Hazuki-sensei,
My father?
I don't really think I can actually skip this, to be honest with you. I can't, because it's the opening cutscene. But you guys essentially get the gist on how this is played out and whatnot. But I'm gonna go ahead and cut to when this goes back to the main menu. Alrighty, guys, I'm back. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully it helps you set up your Dreamcast. Like I said earlier in the video, if you have any questions or anything, leave a comment below. I will leave links to everything that is pertinent to setting up your OSSC, what cables I use, a link to FireBrandX's social media and all of his pages and whatnot. But yeah, let me know what you guys think, and in the next video, we'll tackle another retro console and go from there. But yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching, everybody.